Good morning. On behalf of the Utica City School District and our Board of Education, I would like to welcome all of you to this very special event in honor of a very special person, Robert Bobby DiBrango. Before we begin, I would like to introduce our Board of Education, guests, family, and friends of Bobby DiBrango. To my right over here, I have Mr. DAWES, member of our Board of Education. We have Ms. Danielle PADULA. We have Mr. Bobby CARDILLO and Mr. LAPOLLA, our president of our board. And behind them sits our central office administration, Ms. Legase, Mr. Felci, Mr. Ferraro, Mr. Gifford, the principal of Proctor High School. Also the principal of JFK is standing in the back, Mr. Colin Clark, and our athletic director over there, Vinny Parada. Now, today we want to welcome all the family, friends of Bobby DiBrango. Someone had put a list together. I'm going to go through that list. I want to make sure I don't leave anybody out. So I want to start with Bobby's mother, Mary Ann DiBrango, for being here today. Sister and brother-in-law, Lorraine and Phil Gaetano. Brother Raymond DiBrango. And then from the Common Council, City of Utica, we have Frank DiBrango, Jack LaMedico. We have Joe Beatrice and Frank Miola. And a county legislator, 23rd District, Tony Leone. I want to welcome all of those VIPs and our family and friends again, and all of you of Bobby DiBrango. I hope I didn't leave anybody out. Today, we are here to rededicate the scoreboard with the reopening of these new athletic fields on the grounds of John F. Kennedy Middle School, formerly John F. Kennedy High School, in honor of Robert Bobby DiBrango. Robert Bobby DiBrango attended Utica schools and was a 1975 graduate of John F. Kennedy High School. Bobby was an accomplished athlete, which included being a proud member of John F. Kennedy's high school varsity football team. Not only did Bobby excel as a student athlete, he was also actively involved in his school. According to his friends, Bobby was one of the nicest people you will ever meet. This sentiment is shared by everyone who knew him. As a former friend of Bobby's family wrote in a recent Facebook post, anyone, this is quote, anyone who went to JFK High School in the 70s and 80s knew the name Bobby DiBrango. He went to school with my brother and graduated in 1975. I was honored to know him and his whole family. Bobby exemplified what it meant to be a good person and a role model, for sure, to all he knew. Bobby DiBrango had a huge impact on my life, even though I was 11. Thanks to my brother, I got to know him personally and saw firsthand the class act that he was. Those are just a few of the many heartfelt comments recently expressed about Bobby DiBrango. In fact, Bobby's impact was so vast and immeasurable that after his untimely death in October of 1975, his classmates from John F. Kennedy, class of 75, along with members of the class of 1974, held a fundraiser in Bobby's honor and raised over $40,000 in his name to fund athletic improvements at the football field here at JFK. This included a scoreboard, which was new at that time, which was dedicated to Bobby some 40 years ago to celebrate his life and what he meant to his classmates and the community. And so it is only fitting that we rededicate this new scoreboard in Bobby's honor as we unveil the recently upgraded athletic fields and facilities here at John F. Kennedy Middle School. Middle school now, high school then. In the words of another of Bobby's friends, his name deserves to be remembered throughout the generations. And so, to Bobby's family and friends and the entire John F. Kennedy High School family, on behalf of the Utica City School District, on Thursday, May 6, 2021, Bobby's name will indeed be remembered for many generations to come. And with that, I want to turn this over now to our president of our Board of Education, Mr. Lou LaPolla.
Thank you, Superintendent. It's so great to see so many people from North Utica and friends of the DiBrango family. You know, I've known the DiBrango family a long time. Mary Ann is a spectacular person. Bobby and I served on the Common Council, and when I was mayor, he worked as a councilman. Gave me some tough times, but I loved him anyway. And Raymond, I had in school. I had him at Kemble School, and he was really an enjoyable person. And this is what brings it up. I mean, we're here for rededication. There's so many people in North Utica. You look out there and you hate to acknowledge everyone, but I want to acknowledge Mrs. Grimaldi because Freddie and I were personal friends, and anybody who wants that breakfast, go to Riscany Diner. A little commercial in there too. But I think this is a great time. I just want Don Dawes, who's the head of our physical education committee, he and Danielle PADULA were working very hard on this rededication, and I want them to inform you how this came about. And I'm so happy that we could be here and we could give that sign the proper recognition and honor that family who certainly deserves that recognition. So I'm going to introduce Mr. Don Dawes, head of our physical education committee.
Good morning, everyone. It really is nice to see everyone turn out this morning for this rededication. As you know, the fields here at JFK had fallen to disarray, something fierce, and through the generosity of the voters, we were able to put this back together, and you can see now you've got a track to walk. We've got bleachers that have seats in them. I know the other ones fell down. You can see where the football field is, and you can see what a beautiful job's been done resurfacing that and the baseball fields and softball field. So this got done, and of course, unbeknownst to me, Mr. CARDILLO and Ms. PADULA had been contacted about the sign for Robert. I didn't know anything about it, so I went online and did all the research I could, took all the information they gave me, and then I called up the to-do guy, that's Mike Ferraro. And I said, Mike, do you remember it? He said, no. I said, well, you know, I'd like to do something if we could. Can we at least see a picture of what it looked like? Well, he went to work, and lo and behold, guess what? He found the actual sign. It had been in the field house. So we've gone from there, and of course we want to put this back up and rededicate this field. I mean, it really means something to the family, I know to North Utica, and I know to the school district. So with that, I guess, you want to say something, Danny?
Of course I do.
Oh, come on.
I just want to thank everybody for being here today. Our future generation is in the school behind you, and I think it's very important that they see the support here today from alumni like yourself and the family. And I just want to, on behalf of all the board of directors, we appreciate you coming out and being here today. And, you know, as a previous student in the Utica systems and things like that, it's very wonderful to see, gives us a lot of hope for our students, and I hope that you come back to see the games played on this field. I heard several stories about Bobby, and I feel honored through Frank Grimaldi and Frank DiBrango, and though I never met him, I feel like I know him, and I'm excited for the students to have this amazing facility and his name always be remembered for future generations to come. So thank you.
I was a Pop Warner football coach, and he was one of my kids. He was a great kid and a great football player. Thanks to the family.
Again, thank everyone for coming, and now if we could have you come up and we'll take down the cover. Thank you, folks.
On behalf of the Utica City School District and the Board of Education and the family of Bobby DiBrango, we thank everybody for being here today. And we're also, a request has been made to take some group pictures So if anybody is interested, we're going to be taking group pictures so that you'll have them as keepsake. Thank you.